Hi guys, it's been a while since I talked to you. First things first, a shameless self-plug. I've written a novel, and if you follow the link in the description, you can get it for free. It's called His Darker Eye, it's a Victorian fantasy novel, and if you leave a rating or review, you will have made my day. So please, enjoy. Now straight on to the topic of the video. Do guns kill people? Now this is a question I'm sure you've all been asking yourselves, and some of you may have quite strong opinions. I really didn't know the first thing about it, so I decided to just look at the data. So what I've done is I've taken a list of the most developed countries in the world as reported by the IMF, and what I've done is I've compared the guns per capita with various things that you might think correlate to guns, killing people. A quick disclaimer, the following is very simple analysis. If you want information on how I made these graphs, look in the description below, and please feel free to check my sources and correct me and, tear this video apart as much as you want. Without further ado, here are some graphs. The first thing you might look at when you're trying to work out whether guns kill people or not is, do more guns in civilian hands mean more gun-related deaths? Well, the answer to this question is clearly yes. As you can see from this graph, there's a positive correlation between gun ownership and gun-related deaths. However, this should not really be terribly surprising. You could argue quite rightly, as a matter of fact, that most of these deaths might happen anyway. For example, suicide. People use guns because, well, if you've got a killing machine lying around your house, you're more likely to use it than try and drown yourself in the bath. Also, accidents. If you had said killing machine lying around your house, you're more likely to blow your head off with it by accident than if you never had one in the first place. Perhaps a better question would be, how many of these deaths are actually due to people shooting each other? The answer is, not that many. When we compare gun-related homicides to gun ownership, we see that correlation drops out almost completely, and we see that most of the Finnish are rather considerately using their guns to kill themselves rather than other people. Also, if we ask the question, do guns just make a society more violent in general, we see that that's not really the case either. If we compare guns with capita with the overall homicide rate in the country, we see there is no real correlation, and if there is, it's actually slightly negative. But wait, I'm sure by this point a few eagle-eyed viewers have seen that there's one very developed country missing from all of these graphs. One might even call it a world leader. Let's look at these graphs again with the addition of the US of A. Here's gun ownership with gun-related deaths, and oh, there it is. There's a similar story for gun-related homicides, and also just for plain old homicides. Well, I think it can safely be said that the US is certainly the leader of the developed world. I must reiterate that this is a simple analysis. There are plenty of countries with few guns and high homicide rates, and plenty of countries with lots of guns and low homicide rates. I'm not going to go into a deep discussion now on why that is. I think many questions about gun policy and, why America is so high up in many cases can really be found in a detailed analysis of, gun policy and gun culture between countries. Like, for example, if you want to know why Switzerland has so many guns and so few deaths, there's an interesting article right there in the description. For now, I just want to say thanks guys, and please buy my book.